Welcome back to DIY Digital Marketing. My name is Casey Kepley. In today's video, we're going to cover why digital marketing matters. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're in the presentation here that I put together, and this is for why digital marketing matters. It's the secrets to building the lifestyle you want. Okay, and I'm not lying about that because it definitely changed my life and has allowed me to start building on a lifestyle that I'm actually striving for as well. Okay, I'm not there yet. I don't know if I ever will be because I have very high expectations for myself, but I've definitely gotten started on this, and I started doing this back in 2011. Okay, so I was kind of dabbling in this stuff at first, trying to understand what works and what doesn't work, and then as I progressed and I started getting more knowledge and learning, by I'd say around the year 2015, I really started making some income from online marketing. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not rich by any means, but I do have passive income coming in off of a lot of the tools and the techniques and software that I'm using for my online marketing business. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into it here. Okay, what can digital marketing do for you? All right, it creates passive income on autopilot, and just like I was saying, I don't know how many of you out there have ever been able to create passive income, or if you even know what that feels like, but when you're making money in your sleep, it's a beautiful feeling. I can't emphasize that enough because, you know, we all have day jobs, or most of us do, and we have to wake up in the morning and go, you know, work for someone else and try to make those people rich. You're trading your time for money while you're there, and you're pretty much capped out as far as how much money you can make working a day job, unless of course you're like in sales or something like that. Uh, that's personally for me, my day job. I'm in sales right now, so I've attached myself to the revenue of the company so that I can you know, allow myself a higher income if I want. Uh, so that's just a little tip for you. If you're in a 9-to-5 job right now, you might want to look at sales. Uh, what else can it do? It helps you get out of the rat race from the 9-to-5 job, just like I was talking about. Allows you to work on your terms, not someone else's. Okay, because as you progress with your online marketing for your business and you get it out there to people, the more you're going to have the potential of making income for yourself. And you can do that through active income, like teaching people something, providing them a service, or you can turn that into the passive income stream through stuff like Google AdSense, or selling a product that you create or something like that. The other thing is, I've noticed it can make you happier in your day-to-day life, especially when you're getting up and going to a job that you really don't, you know, care for. I know personally for me, I've struggled with that quite a bit over the last 10 years. I had a career in information technology for 7 years, and I was um, basically chasing money. I wanted higher income, so I looked at the markets and the industries to see which ones were paying the most, and IT seemed to be up at the very top. You know, and I didn't have to go back to school and get a master's degree or a doctor's degree in order to do it. So I chose to go into information technology. Well, later on, I found out pretty quick that it was not really what I wanted to do because I wasn't happy. You know, I was working 65, 70 hours a week and being on call at least once or twice for a full week out of the month. So a lot of my time was consumed by, you know, again, working for somebody else, making someone else rich. So I switched careers and I went into, actually I went back to school for drafting and engineering, and came out 3 years later and got into the drafting and construction field, and it was the same thing there. So it wasn't making me happier. What was making me happier was going back in and working on my online marketing for my business. Okay, because I've had a business going now since August of last year, and before that I had multiple websites that I was working on just on my own personal time, you know, just designing and creating and building stuff. And it really, I found out that I'm I'm much happier when I do that because I know I'm working towards a goal and I'm working for myself. So it can make you much happier in your day-to-day life. It's important for your business and like I said, getting known by people. Okay. Now, before you ever get into online marketing and building a website and trying to promote a product or service, the first thing you need to do is discover your why. All right, and this is extremely important because, what is your why? What is your purpose? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you? For me, it's providing for my wife and my kids. Okay, creating a lifestyle that we want. That's my purpose. That's what keeps me going because I can tell you right now, uh, moving on here to the second portion of this, don't be afraid of failures. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, and personally for me, I made a lot of mistakes, and I've failed on several different adventures that I've taken and opening online marketing companies and stuff like that in the past. So don't be afraid to fail. Um, and I'm going to tell you right now, forget about the past. I don't know how many people I know personally who hold on to the past or try to relive their past for whatever reason. I don't really understand it. I at one time kind of did that a little bit, but I think that was just the way I was brought up. So I've tried to let go of the past and forget about it and move forward because the only thing that you can do, you can't go back and change the past. What you can do though is change your world. And like I say on my YouTube channel, the slogan, master your craft and transform your world. Well, that's, as far as changing the past, you can't do that. So let's move forward, start mastering your craft so you can transform your world, if that makes sense. Like I said, learn from your mistakes. You're going to make a lot, and you probably have made quite a few in the past. So learn from them and move forward. Okay. So that's another thing. Nothing goes 100% the way you want it to in life. All right, and I've learned this from a couple of my mentors, and they've told me always prepare for a rainy day. And what they meant by that is nothing's going to go 100% the way you want it in life. So you need to prepare for those. Say it's like a car issue, like your tires go flat or something like that. Just the other day, I had some tires that I had to replace on a car, unexpected, right? So you gotta make sure that you understand nothing's going to go 100% your way, and don't be the victim. Okay. Now, once you have your why, then you can build a business. Now, before you build a business, though, you need to ask yourself, what are you an expert in? Like, what is it that people have always said you're naturally good at? For me, it was drawing, designing, just being creative and building things, whatever it might be. So I was always naturally good at that. For you, it might be something else. But you want to ask yourself, what is it people have always said you're naturally good at? And then try to incorporate that online. Um, build a business around it. What do you have fun doing every day that can be a useful skill set to share with people? Because if you can figure out, what it is that you like to do and enjoy doing, and it's a skill set that you can share with other people, you can make money from it, okay? Now, I want to cover the business model here. The business model that I have set up and I've been using since 2014 is the one that you're seeing here, and it's actually a formula. It's A3 plus P equals L. So A is for active, P is for passive, and then L is for lifestyle. So what you want to do is have 3 active incomes if you can. All right, so that'd be like a day job, a part-time job, a side hustle if you don't want the part-time job, and then of course you want to build a business. Now those are your 3 active incomes, and what you do with those active incomes is you're building your income up so that it far exceeds your daily bills. And the difference between what's left over from paying your bills and the leftover amount of money that you have, what you're going to do with that is you're going to invest it into passive income. So for me, what I do is I've got the day job and I've got a business, and I do some consulting, right? So those are 3 things that I like to do to try to increase my income. And then what I do is I'll take the leftover income and I'll invest in like a stock paying dividends. For me, I like REITs, which are real estate investment trusts. For you, it might be something different. You know, I also have the Google AdSense websites that I have going. So occasionally those will bring in a little bit of additional income. It's not a whole lot because I'm not really pressing it or pushing it that hard online. And we'll cover Google AdSense at a different date because I'm working on creating some content around Google AdSense right now and getting that going. So if you're interested in that, just subscribe to the channel. I'll release that information at a later date because I'm basically putting together tutorials and then eventually a course around Google AdSense. Now, here's the cool thing with building a business, okay? Later on, not at first, that's why I put it over in the active section, it's going to require some work up front. Building a business, guys, I'm going to tell you, it's extremely hard. It takes a lot of time and energy, and, you know, some people just aren't cut out for it. So I'm going to tell you that, you know, right up front, that at first the business is not going to create passive income, but later on it's going to turn into passive income. And you know, that's if you choose digital marketing. If you're choosing something else, then the business model is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to be able to create that passive income. But doing these things will give you a lifestyle of freedom. All right, and that's hopefully that's what you're looking for is more freedom, more time that you can spend doing what you want to do in life. All right, for me, that's, again, it was one of my whys, and that's what keeps me going and keeps the drive alive when I'm trying to, like, you know, really push this and get something going. Now, again, why should you listen to me? I've done it already once, okay, and I was 34 years old when I did it. And let me tell you how I did it. Mine was primarily building websites and investing in stocks. Okay, now I had a monthly dividend paying stock. I was invested in oil, and this is back when oil was still at all-time highs. So the amount of money that I invested was large enough to pay out monthly income paychecks. I was debt-free. I had all my debt paid off, so I was literally making enough money off my oil investments and my websites through like YouTube ads and Google AdSense that I didn't have to work. Like, my bills were paid for. I had enough money that I had paid for my mortgage to cover at least 2 or 3 years. So the only debt I really had, you know, I had a little bit, which was living expenses, but the only debt I really had was living in a house. Everything else was covered. Again, the passive income covered all my bills, which would have been my rent, my mortgage, you know, utilities, gas for the car, everything. And I even had a little left over at the end of the month that I could throw into like advertising for my ads and stuff like that. I've got 10 years of experience with sales and marketing online. Okay, so I've been doing this for a while. I've consulted for a mid-sized company with their online marketing in 2012. And this is a cool story. It's one of my friends. His dad owns a manufacturing company, and they put in like the sliding glass doors that you see in some of the stores, like retail stores. So they install those into the stores. They wanted me to come in and try to harden their infrastructure for their networks. And so that's what I started with, but I figured, well, there's a couple other people bidding on the contract, so I need to throw something in there that's going to separate me from everybody else. So what I do, I threw in my marketing skills and everything that I had acquired as far as the knowledge for online marketing as part of my package. Well, come to find out, my friend's dad, who is the CEO, they've been in business for like almost 40 years. He decided to go with the online marketing aspects of what I was showing his son rather than have me do the infrastructure services and IT management for him, because, you know, I was outbid on the price for the IT services, but he liked the online marketing stuff far better, and he seemed much more interested in that. And that's kind of when I had my aha moment, you know, about internet marketing and how powerful it is. Because here's a guy who's a multimillionaire. They're bringing in millions of dollars in revenue per year, and he was more concerned with, getting that next customer, that next lead, rather than hardening his own networks. So for me, it was just, the writing was on the wall. Now, I built over 10 websites of my own in the last 8 years, and I've ranked all of them at the top of the Google search engines, so I know quite a bit about SEO and how that works. Um, Not to mention, I've made plenty of mistakes, guys. I've learned what not to do, okay, and that's more important than knowing what to do, because what you don't know, you don't know. So, I've made plenty of mistakes, and if you're watching this channel, I'm definitely going to help you try to, avoid making the same mistakes I made. So your learning curve is going to be cut in half just by listening and watching the videos that I'm putting out there for you. Um, Last but not least, like I said, I've created passive income in the process, and that pays me passively. So those are just some key notes on why you should listen to me, because I know what I'm talking about. So that wraps it up with why digital marketing matters. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Another thing you can do, if you haven't done it already and you are subscribed to the channel, is go up here in the right hand corner where I've got my mouse. There's a few different things I want you to check out, okay? So one is, if you want to talk to me personally about more, in-depth knowledge on different subjects and topics, you can go to my marketing landing page, which is ldiadvertising.com. So just go to Google, type in the URL there, www.ldiadvertising.com. I haven't really started pushing that online too much yet, because I'm just doing word of mouth locally. But if you want to check it out, go check that out, and fill out the form on the landing page, and I'll get in touch with you personally, and I'll do a free consultation with you, okay? The other thing is, you can check out liondenproducts.com. It's another website that I put together on WordPress. You can kind of get an idea of better ways to format your traditional website, especially for online marketing of content or content marketing. And then the other one is Funnel Hacks, okay? Now that's something called ClickFunnels. It's a software program that I used to build out the LDI advertising marketing platform that I have, or my landing page. So if you're interested in knowing how to set that up, if you go to ldiadvertising.com and you look at that, and you want to know how to put together a landing page similar to that, go here and check out the funnel hacks. All right. But with that said, I want to say thank you again, and I look forward to talking to you guys here soon. Thanks.